This past summer of 2013, Pope Francis flew to the South American city of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. He went there for World Youth Day, where millions of young people ascended upon the city of Rio. In spite of the Pope's busy schedule, he still managed to fly 200 miles from Rio to a small city to visit a famous church. The church's name is the Basilica of National Shrine of Our Lady of Aparecida. While the Pope was there, he prayed. What is Our Lady of Aparecida? Well, I'm going to explain that to you today. Way back in 1777, in a small village between Rio and Sao Paulo in Brazil, people in this village were excited because the governor would be visiting their town. And this was a great honor for them, so they decided to hold a huge banquet to celebrate the governor's visit. Many of the men went to the river to catch fish for the feast. When they went, they fished, and surprisingly, no one caught a single thing. And this river is normally teeming with fish. Most of them gave up and left. However, 3 men would not give up, and they kept casting their nets, waiting and waiting. But they didn't catch any fish. So one of the men said, "Mary, please help us catch fish." Even after that prayer, nothing happened. However, when they pulled up the nets and found there were no fish, they found a statue of the Virgin Mary with its head cut off. So they threw the nets in again, and again, no fish. However, this time they retrieved the head of the statue of the Virgin Mary. They put that aside and threw their nets in, and this time their nets were filled with fish, plenty for the celebration and the banquet. People were amazed by the story that the 3 men told about how they had found the statue with no head, and then on their second cast retrieved the head of the statue, and then on their third casting of their nets, they retrieved a harvest full of fish. They knew that Mary had helped them catch fish for the banquet. They fixed the statue, reattached the head to the body, and one of the families volunteered to keep the statue in their home, and people would go there to pray. Surprisingly, many people started to experience healings and miracles. The family's home soon became too small, so the village built a small church so that more people could come pray. Many miracles continued to happen over the years, and the church eventually was deemed too small to handle all the crowds of people that would come to pray. So in 1955, they built another church, and that's what we now know as the Basilica of the Shrine. And the Pope visited that basilica, which is the 3rd largest in the world. To this day, people go to that basilica, and many healings take place. People experience all kinds of miracles when going there. We know that in Mexico, the Mexican people love Our Lady of Guadalupe. And you'll see pictures of and statues of her all over the place. However, in Brazil, they love Our Lady of Aparecida. If you get the chance to take a holiday in Brazil, I would highly recommend you go and visit this famous basilica. That way you can see the statue of Our Lady of Aparecida. I would encourage you not to just look at the statue, but to also to pray. However, you don't have to fly clear to Brazil to pray to Mary or Our Lady of Aparecida. You can pray to Mary or Our Lady of Aparecida and ask her to pray for you. May God bless you.